Andy, I see what you're trying to do here, and it's not going to work. It's not going to work because guess what? We still don't like Marlo. So you wasting your time with this sympathy story, this pity party that you're trying to throw for her. We still don't like her. Let's get into the review. What's going on, y'all? This be your boy Scotty by Nature TV, and we're here for another review of the Real Housewives of Atlanta Season 14 Reunion Part 2 review. What's going on, y'all? What's going on? It's a beautiful Sunday night, and I'm glad to be here to give you guys this review, okay? Now, before we get into today's review, let's talk about what we got coming up here, okay? Now, the Whether You Like It or Not panel will be out on Tuesday night, as usual, at 9:15 Eastern Time, and we will be over at Josiah's house this Tuesday. So be on the lookout for that on Tuesday night. We'll be right on over there with Josiah's World TV, okay? Most definitely, okay? So be on the lookout for that. We will be discussing Bill Collective as well as the show that we're recapping right now. Okay, on Wednesday, be on the lookout for a roasted review. T, myself, and Josiah, we will be over on Giving You the Real T's platform where we will be roasting and reviewing Love and Marriage Huntsville Season 4, okay? We will be over there talking about that. Hopefully, we get some juice up out of that because I got a little bit of juice out of that out of this episode, but hopefully we can get some more out of it. So be on the lookout for that. We'll be over there on T's channel on Wednesday night at 8/7 Central. Also, Friday night, me and the boys will be back for another episode of Boys Night Out. It will be the 4th episode of the season, so be on the lookout for that. Jamar got a new game for us to play. We're going to have new hot topics to talk about, and we're going to see what we're going to talk about in Queer Connections, okay? So just be on the lookout for Boys Night Out. You know, it's always a good time when the boys get together, all 5 of us, okay? So be on the lookout for that. All right. So with that being said, without any further ado, let's get into the review. Okay. So let me get my notes out, child, because this part 2 was kind of slow. I mean, but I really don't expect anything more. It's always slow. Honestly, it's always it's always slow. Like the second part of all the reunions are always slow. So I don't really expect nothing more, nothing less. Honestly, I'm just being 100 about that. I don't expect nothing more, nothing less. It's always kind of slow, honestly. So we pick up where we left off with Marlo and her fake tears. Okay. My thing with Marlo is this right here. She did all this bullshit all season, did all this crazy stuff, said all this crazy stuff, disrespected everybody and their mama, and she expects for us to have some sympathy for her. She expects for everybody to feel some type of way about her because of her past. We don't give a fuck about you being an orphan. We don't care, okay? And as bad as that may sound to come out of my mouth, because I'm probably one of the most sympathetic people you ever hear from. There are people that are villains on these shows, and when they tell their stories, I feel just a teaspoon of sympathy for them. I remember when Myth Hits took his ass on the Young to Fix My Life and was talking about his situation, his ordeal, and how it made him be the man that he is today, and I felt some sympathy for him when he was talking about it. Marlo, I don't feel no sympathy for you, period, because guess what? You talk hella shit about everybody else, and you got so much to say about everybody else, but you want somebody to feel some type of sympathy for you. I don't feel it. And that's just that on that. I definitely don't feel it. I don't feel it at all. Like, period. For real, I don't feel no sympathy for you because every chance you get, you drag everybody else. You sit up and you talk shit about everybody else. But then when it comes down to it, when people respond to you in kind, the only thing that you got is to reference right back to your past as a child. Oh, I was in foster care. Y'all make me feel inadequate. Y'all do this to me. Y'all do that to me. It's always y'all. Y'all. It ain't no fucking y'all, okay? It's you. You don't know how to have no relationships with people. You don't know how to treat people. You always want to bring in your foster care situation as a way to pull at people's heartstrings and shit. Well, my strings are broke. You cannot pull at mine. I don't give a damn about what you got going on. And that's just that on that. I don't give a fuck about your sob story, your rags to riches ass story, because guess what? You're not humble, okay? You're not humble at all. You think you can sit down and you can talk about everybody else, but then want sympathy. You want to talk about your foster care past as a way to make somebody feel sorry for you. I don't feel sorry for you. Everybody has had a tough past. Everybody has had obstacles after obstacle after obstacle to climb and get through to get to the point to where they're at today. And I have had many obstacles in my life. I talk about my shortcomings all the time. I talk about my painful childhood all the time. I've seen domestic abuse. I've been bullied in school. There's a lot of things that I have fucking seen in my life as a child. And guess what? Guess what I don't do? I don't use those things as a way to justify me being an asshole to other people, because it's no justification. If I'm an asshole or a bitch to somebody, that's because I choose to be an asshole or a bitch to somebody. That's what the fuck you're doing, okay? And you expect somebody to feel sorry for you? We don't. We don't feel sorry for you. We really don't give a damn about what you got going on. We don't give a fuck about your problems. We don't care. We don't care. That's just that simple. We don't care. Do you want to say they want to hate on me and talk about me because I like fashions and I love labels and I love this, and they want to call me whores and prostitutes, but can't bring any man that I ever laid with? But you sit here, you talk about everybody else and they coochie, but can't nobody talk about yours? Let's keep it 100 here. You scrambling at this point. You're scrambling at this point. In the words of Troy, tag did it, chasing Atlanta. You're scrambling for something at this point. You're looking for anything to stick and it ain't fucking working. It's not working, Marlo. We don't give a fuck about what you got going on. You want to cry about being called a whore, but you call everybody else whores. You sat there and said that Candy was a hoe and was fucking for free. You sat there and said to her that her PUSSY wasn't good, and that's why she had to date below her means. You said that. But you hurt because somebody called you a prostitute or an escort. You mad? So you don't think nobody else was hurt by you calling them whores and stuff? Girl, if you don't get the fuck out of my face. If you don't get the fuck out of my face. Because like I said, don't nobody give a fuck. We're not moved. Not one bit. We ain't moved by this. We're not moved. Period. We're not moved. We don't give a fuck about your sob story. We don't care. I know I don't. And I'm going to say it as many times as I want to on this video. I don't. I don't feel sorry for you. And I'm so glad that Kenya started calling out the lies and the delusions of grandeur that she got, because she's sitting up here trying to cry about what somebody said to her, what somebody called her, how somebody made her feel, when she constantly sits there and pops shit on everybody else. You call people names. You talk about other folks' sexual history. You do that all the time. But we're supposed to feel sorry for you? You get on interviews on podcasts and brag about how you making people work for their check. And then you got your little stupid ass fans who can't stand Candy, and Kenya want to say, well, she's making Candy work for her check. Okay, she's working to make Candy be more paid than her once again. She need to focus on getting Candy's salary before she talk about making her work for a check. Because, she making her work for a check to get more money than Marlo is right now. Marlo doing so much from them damn Planters peanuts that she getting. Because we know she ain't seeing what Candy made. So let's make that abundantly fucking clear. Fuck Marlo, okay? I don't care. I don't care what nobody got to say. Y'all can call me whatever the hell y'all want to. But ain't no way y'all gonna ever make me feel bad for somebody who sits up and talk about everybody else. Bring them down. Talk about them like a dog. Talk about what your mama did to you, but made fun of the shit that Kenya's mother did to her. But you want somebody to feel sorry for you? That ain't the way the world turns, honey. It's not. You can't make me feel any type of sympathy for you when you don't feel it for nobody else. I'm going to need for you to go somewhere and sit down. Like for real, I'm gonna need you to go somewhere and sit down and really realize that this is what you're doing. This is what you're doing, period. You cannot sit up here and try to play me and try to play everybody else for a fiddle. You can't sit up there and talk about everybody else and then expect somebody to feel bad for you because you had a terrible past. A lot of us have, but that don't mean that we got a right to be an asshole and a bitch to other people. And that's what you do. You be an asshole and a bitch to everybody and then try to blame it all on the shit that you went through as a child and your foster care past. We don't give a F-U-C-K a fuck. Okay, so stop trying to use that. Then here come lasagna ass. Here come lasagna. But can I just balance out the conversation? I just want to say that regardless of what anybody else has to say, Marlo has been a great friend to me. She's been this to me. She's been that for me. Like she's always been a great person to me. Sonya, shut the fuck up. Shut up. Cause did you have that same courtesy for Drew? What about that? Because when Drew was cool with you and Drew was getting into it with Sheree, you were ready to clown Drew and cut her the fuck off for Sheree because you didn't like the way she treated Sheree. So where's your sympathy for the way she's treated Candy and Kenya? You want to say you want to balance the conversation and talk about how good of a friend she's been to you, but what about the fake friend that she's been to Candy and Kenya? But you don't want to talk about that. But if that was Drew fucking Sedora Pittman, you would have something to say about what the fuck she got going on and what she doing. Very hypocritical, and that's the reason why I can't really rock with Sonya because she's a hypocrite. She's one-sided as fuck too. Because just like I said, if that was Drew doing that shit that Marlo doing, she'll be the first to call it out. But because Marlo has been a good friend of her and all this other stuff, she can't seem to see where Kenya and Candy is coming from. You want to balance the conversation all of a sudden, but you didn't want to do no balance when it was Drew. You're good Judy, because you claim you weren't friends. You're good Judy, because she was the one who was being friendly to you before you even came on the damn show. But as soon as you got your ass here and started hanging out with the other girls, you decided you're going to blow Drew off. That's some fake ass shit, bro. Fake, 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 fake. Just fake. Then they started talking about the invasion. Here come Marlo turning on the tears again, talking about what happened to her with the invasion. And you know, Kenya was talking about the things that was going on with it and how she felt like Marlo did not inform the rest of them about what was going on because Candy had a scare during the season. Drew had a scare. So there were people trying to break in all of their homes and stuff like that. And Marlo did not share that with everybody. And we're supposed to be a team. We all have a group text. We supposed to, regardless of whether we like each other or not, we still should be able to inform the other person about what's really going on in this situation. I agree with Kenya. I do agree with Kenya. I feel like at this point, after all that went down, I think the rest of the girls should have been notified because they all got to work together. And like I said, with Candy having that, Drew having it, now you having it, I think everybody should have been aware of what was going on. But at the same time, the police did tell Marlo not to say shit. But even though the police told Marlo not to say nothing, she still went over to Sheree house days later and told her. So if you can sit up there and tell her what was going on, you can relay that to the other women. I'm just saying. Then she's talking about the reason why she gave the boys up for 30 days, and she stood 10 toes down on what she said. When Andy asked her, you doing the same, told her that she was practically doing the same thing that was done to her. She don't feel like she doing it. She feels like, well, you know, with foster care, they ask you questions, they give you therapy. I didn't get to have that. I just went straight in and took those kids in and didn't know what I was getting myself into. You knew what you was getting yourself into because you took in your sister and you gave her the fuck away. What are you talking about, Marlo? What are you talking about, Marlo? You want so badly to get some sympathy but you're not going to get it. You're going about it the wrong way. I don't feel bad for you. Fuck you, girl. We don't care nothing about what you're talking about. Oh, I didn't get to get therapy. I didn't get to do this. You know, when people take other kids in, they get to have that. They get to have therapy sessions. They get to do this. They get to do that. They get to do this. Girl, bye. You didn't need no therapy session because you already knew what you was getting into. You did this already with your sister. You took your sister in when she was in her damn teens and you gave her the fuck away. So what are you talking about? Marlo is a child. Marlo full of shit, child. I can't. I can't. So then they started talking about the receipts and how, Bravo been catching them all up on the receipts and stuff like that. They've been catching them all up and they are forced to be completely honest because if they not honest, they ain't got to be because Bravo gonna make they ass honest, honey. They gonna make they ass honest because they gonna sit up there, they're gonna show all the footage, they're gonna go back. When you say you didn't do this and you say you don't do that, they're gonna go right back and show you that you fucking said it. Okay, so that's just that on that. That's just that on that. Period. That's just that on that. Period. Okay. So it's just like, child, I'm just like, girl, girl, girl. Okay. It's just like, mm-mm. They all gotta tell the truth, but a lot of them still ain't gonna tell the truth. They gonna forget that they on film. Kenya's new energy. I will honestly say, as a person that spent most of her time on the Housewives of Atlanta, pretty much dragging Kenya, because everybody knows that for a long time I did not like Kenya. Okay, like I was going in on Kenya on almost every goddamn video, like, and that was mainly because at the time I was Team Portia. Like I was Team Portia and Phaedra when she first came on here. I thought that she was completely disrespectful to Phaedra's marriage, and I thought that she treated Portia badly. Like I thought that Portia didn't deserve the treatment that Kenya had given her. You know what I'm saying? Like I didn't think so, and I just thought that Kenya was just a messy person looking for moments all the time. But as time went on, I don't. I kind of softened up to Kenya. I think I see her in a different manner these days. Like she ain't that bad. And to be honest, I see a lot of myself in Kenya. A lot of the things, the way she reacts to certain things and the way she do things, sometimes I'm like, damn, I see a lot of me in her. And it doesn't help that we are the same sign. We're both Aquarius and shit like that. So I can see a lot of me in Kenya versus Marlo, because I don't see none of me in Marlo, but I can definitely see it in Kenya. And I do think that this is probably the person that she's always been. It's just that when you watching this show and you see people, you know what I'm saying, doing all that extra shit like the editing and making you look a certain type of way. And I do think that can happen sometimes, but at the same time, they can't really edit on anything besides what you give them to edit. So I mean, that's just that on that. But I don't know. It's just something about Kenya this season. She's calling out the bullshit, but she's always called out the bullshit though. She's calling out the bullshit. She's doing this, she's doing that. So I just feel like this, Kenya's cool. I love it. I love this Kenya. I've been Team Twirl pretty much all season, so I'm here for the new Kenya. I like it. But like I said, this is probably who she's always been, but we just didn't get to see that because the villain role that she had was way more accessible and it was way more entertaining to the producers. But now they got Marlo on here acting a fool for some Southwest Airlines peanuts, and now she don't have to play that villain role no more. They started talking about Kenya and Sonya's issue, and Sonya apologized to Kenya. She basically said, well, I wasn't trying to hurt your feelings in regards to you, in regards to telling you that this was a couple's trip or whatever. I should have worded it better. I should have did this. I should have did that. So, I'm sorry. Kenya accepted Sonya's apology. I mean, like I said, the issue that they had was pretty small. So I'm glad that they didn't drag it along. But I still feel like Sonya was being a complete ass when she kept on reminding Kenya, oh, this is a couple strip. Girl, she knows it's a couple strip. You ain't got to keep reminding her that this is a goddamn couple strip. I think she fucking knows that, okay? Like, y'all, Lasagna is a disappointment, and I was really rooting for her. Like I was really hoping that she was gonna bring it in, but child, she didn't, and that's just that on that. Period. Okay, so we get over here to the bus thing. Sonya explained that she didn't think that Marlo was being shady, but Marlo was being shady with that bus situation. Sheree was giving Sonya advice on Kenya. What I would say is this here. This is what's annoying me with this damn reunion. It just seems like Sheree and her bullshit in the shade that she has thrown at people all season is really going unnoticed. And I don't like that because I think that she has a lot to account for because she's went in on everybody, okay? She's talked shit about Candy quite a bit and it's been glossed over. Even when Candy confronted her about it, it was glossed over. she talks shit about Kenya, and Kenya is supposed to be her friend, and Kenya really be riding for Sheree, but Sheree really don't be riding for her because when she gets with Sonya and Marlo, she be ready to throw Kenya ass under the goddamn bus. You know what I'm saying? So I just don't like the fact that it seems as though Sheree is getting away with a lot of the shade that she's thrown at folks all season, and ain't nobody saying nothing about it. And I felt like the fact that Sheree was sitting up there trying to coach Sonya on how to deal with Kenya, Kenya should have drug her ass for that. Because that was some fake, phony ass shit. But Sheree is a fake, phony ass person. So what do you expect? I don't like the fact that her shade is being unnoticed or being untapped. Now, y'all need to get her ass together the same way Marlo is being got together like she should be. Sheree needs that same damn energy. I don't care what nobody say. She needs that same fucking energy, period. Because she doing too fucking much. She being real shady and fake, and I don't like that. But trust to say that other folks ain't no good friends. Then Marlo calls in. No, Martell calls, and then, Andy says that Martell is a 10. He is fine, but he just a fuck boy. Sonya says, Sonya was talking about Kenya always crying and always having a sob story every time something happens. And this is Kenya's issue. She did this. She said she told Sonya things. She opened up to Sonya and she told Sonya things that she hadn't told nobody else. This is the same thing that you did with Portia. When you and Portia first started getting real chummy and y'all started to be cool and become friends, you opened up to Portia about a lot of things in your life, some things that you hadn't even told Candy yet. So the thing about it is, you doing the same thing with Sonya, only for Sonya to come for you on the slide. That's the same thing Portia did to you. I think that you really need to learn these people for real, and really give them. I don't see nothing wrong with giving people trials or chances. I don't see nothing wrong with that. But in my experience with life, people may seem like they are good people or they are a good listener, but they listening to gather information and put it on the damn jump drive to use it against you. That's what the fuck Sonya did, because that's the same thing Portia did to you. You sat there and you confided in her about a whole lot of shit that you hadn't even told some of your damn friends about, and she turned on you. That's the same situation with Sonya. You told her a whole lot of deep, dark stuff, and she turned on you. So I think you might need to stop being so nice and get into your Megan and Stallion and be like, fuck it, bitch, I'm not nice. I'm not. Because these hoes don't like it when you being kind to them. They don't respect that. They only see you when you being an asshole to them. And I thought that was fucked up for Sonya to try to say that every time she confronts you with something, you want to use your pain against them. I think that was fucked up. They started talking about Aaron's behavior at dinner. Sonya defended her husband, and she reassured Sheree and Kenya that he wasn't being aggressive, I guess. Then they started talking about the whole Candy sucks dick in locker rooms thing, and Sheree was like, I still don't see why you would get so defensive about it. I mean, you say you like sex and stuff, so why is it a problem that you may have sucked their dick in a locker room? And then that's when Candy was like, I'm pretty sure you sucked a lot of dick yourself. She was like, I mean, I have. So if that's the case, then why would you say that about her? But see, that again, another situation where Sheree is dogging you out and ain't nobody saying nothing to her. Ain't nobody digging in her ass the way she needs to be dug. No one. And I'm over it. I need for somebody to drag her ass because it's just bad. I don't like it. And they talk about Kenya's good energy once more, and I agree with what everybody is saying. She has great energy this season. I'm here for it. I'm here for it. I am definitely here for Kenya. Sonya's dilemma with the kids. She starts talking about how she really, it's not that she didn't want kids, but she didn't want to have a kid, and Aaron not be there for her because she got 10 folks in the house with her already, and she feels like she's alone. So she don't want to have now another baby and then still feel alone all at the same time. You know what I'm saying? So I get what she's saying on that. Drew was talking about her comments on Sonya's kid dilemma and stuff like that, and Drew was trying to backpedal. Drew knows that the shit that she said was fucked up and male chauvinistic as fuck. You know what I mean? Like, that's how it came across to me. And I think that she's trying to clean that shit up. And maybe she really didn't mean it that way. And she just got diarrhea at the mouth and said some dumb shit and just put her foot on her mouth like she always do. That could be the case, but I don't know with Drew. Sometimes she can fuck up herself. Then you start talking about the issue with Kenya and Marlo. The fact of the matter is, Marlo was a fake ass person. One minute she want to be your friend, and then the next minute she want to drag your ass to hell. But then in the same breath, call it, I'm just calling you out on your shit. I'm not going to kiss your ass. You can call your friend out on their shit without dragging them. You can call your friend out on their shit without disrespecting them. There's a way for you to do stuff, and you don't do that. All you ever do is sit up, talk shit, and don't think about the shit that you do. Don't think that what you say got repercussions, but yet you choose to be sensitive yourself. You sat there, you talked about that woman's mama, and she still forgave you. And you turn around and you stab her in the back once again, throwing up her marriage, doing all types of fuck shit. Like, it's just stupid. And you fake, just like Marlo ain't your name, LaToya is your name. And then Kenya just started laying it all out like she fake. Like, Marlo fake. She's not genuine. Everything about her is disingenuous, all of it. And it is. Her apologies are disingenuous. Her friendship is disingenuous. She does not have a likable bone in her body. She don't have a genuine bone in her body. All she ever does is try to get close to people. And once you get close to people, you make one fucked up move, one mistake, one false move, she's ready to go beneath the belt. That's all she ever does, and that's because she don't have the gift of gab, meaning wordplay. She ain't got this, so she gotta go where it hurts. But when somebody go where it hurts with her ass, she can't accept that. She wanna cry, my foster care, my mama did this, my mama did that. You can't talk about me like that, although I can talk about you like that. I got the right to talk about you because my mama treated me bad. My mama did me like that. That's why I could talk about you like that. Marlo, fuck you, okay? Don't nobody care. We're over it. We do not care. Stop talking about your damn mama. We don't give a fuck. Okay, we could give not one fuck about your mama or your upbringing at this point. We don't care. You fucked up your relationship with Kenya. You did that, okay? All you did was gaslight and play the victim this whole entire season. Then you want to talk about your jail time. Andy asking all these questions to Marlo. We don't give a fuck about Marlo. We seriously don't. So stop making this whole reunion about her ass, because we don't care. Period. Point blank. We don't give a damn about her. Stop making this reunion about her ass, okay? Now, was Anthony Sheree's assistant? She said no, but Anthony said that he was. Drew said that Drew had a recording of them asking Anthony, did she ever tell Sheree and Fatum that Ralph was gay? He denied it from the top to the bottom. He denied it. But then Sheree FaceTimed Anthony, and then Anthony said some shit along the lines of, no, I was not Sheree's assistant. Then he said, I may have said it, but I don't remember. But do I think that Drew needed a storyline to get onto the show? Yes. And then that's when Andy was like, well, that's all we really needed to hear. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And then they hung up on him. Anthony doing that same shit that he did with them girls on the Basketball Wives. He sat up there and became friends with Kristen and told Kristen them damn lies, saying that Jackie was running around talking about Malaysia and her kids being dirty. He did that same shit on Basketball Wives. If you are not familiar with that, go back and look at season 8. Go to the middle of that season. And there was a dude named Anthony that Evelyn had called to get some confirmation about this tea that he spilled on Jackie in Malaysia. And that's the reason why Jackie and Malaysia were no longer friends anymore, because of Anthony. Anthony doing that same shit he did when he was on Basketball Wives, being a messy ass queen. Okay, that's what he doing. He doing that same shit again. And if don't nobody see that, you are blind. I see it. With that being said, y'all, this is my review. I'm surprised I gave y'all damn near 30 minutes of this, because this episode really wasn't all that. It was very tame, but I mean, I like my last reunion review because it was so epic to me. I came through with the reads. I came through with all the energy. But, you know, hopefully y'all like this one just as much as y'all like the last one. Be sure to like, rate, comment, subscribe, share my video, and also also click on the notification bell so you can be notified whenever a video drops. And also, if you want to follow me on any form of social media, Twitter, IG, and TikTok will be in my description box below. With that being said, you guys, I'm out of here until my next video. I'll holler at you guys later, and I will leave you guys with a few promos. Talk to you guys later. Bye.
What's up, guys? It's your boy Tramel. I just wanted to say that I have a new project that's out. It's called Mixed Feelings. It's on all streaming platforms. I would hope that you would go and check it out. It's a really good feel of an album. It's got everything you need and more. It's got R&B, it's got a little bit of pop, it's got a little bit of hip hop. It's everything that you need and more. It's out all streaming platforms, like I said. Please check me out, and you can also follow me at IAM_Tramel. That's IAM_TRAMEL. Check me out. I hope to hear from you.
Keep it